I've been having fun making videos. It's time to make another one for a Darkside tire change on this 2016 Harley Davidson Ultra Limited. I prefer Darkside on this bike. It rides the same. Yeah, I live in the mountains of Colorado. I do go around curves. It goes around just fine. I switched over to Darkside tires probably 80,000 miles ago. I wore that one out to Yokohama. This is the next one on deck. I got 3 sets of rims. So I got another couple of fronts that are in decent shape. But anyways, this tire here is a 195/60/16 Kumo, say Esta tire PA31. Another popular tire for these. I will re-grease, pull the little seal off and re-grease these bearings before I get the tire put back on, because they last long enough that could be a problem. Now I ride a lot 2 up. I'll get 17, 18, 20,000 miles out of them, but they don't cost as much, and I think they get better traction up here where I ride in crappy weather. So anyways, I'll keep you posted, but I could jack the bike up and take it all apart. Oh, by the way, non-Harley axle adjusters, awesome, just awesome. So you can get a precise tension on the belt. I do use a belt tensioner tool. I usually replace my brake pads while I'm in here. Yeah, man, keep you posted. Okay, I got the tire off. This is how many miles I put on this tire, the Yokohama Avid GT. A lot of that was 2 up. I'd say more than half. So here's what it looks like. Hope you can see that with the sun coming in. It's down to the wear indicators, pretty bald. I ran this tire at about 32 PSI, and you know, someone's gonna say, "Oh, you don't go around corners." Yeah, I live in the mountains. I go around corners constantly, but you don't actually use the side of these tires that much. The bike only leans about 32 degrees, and so I mean, when I'm on a lean, you're still only on the side of this center. You're never really on these far sides, because it just doesn't, you don't lean that far. So here's the new one. So Yokohama Avid was the one I took off. There's the sizes and everything. 2016 Ultra Limited. Avid GT. I've run the Avid XL as well and get about the same mileage. Rides about the same. You can see a lot more, obviously a lot more meat on this thing, but it's even got a bit of a round profile to it. And this is the Kumo Esta PA31. Again, 195/60/16 to fit on this bike. And yeah, man, I'm gonna slide this back on and off we go. Okay, it's took a little over an hour. It's done. I'll put back together. Looks good. You see, there's that Kumo. So I'm about to take it out for a test ride, check some tire pressure and all that, but pretty easy. All right, time for a test ride. Gotta watch for deer in our area. Tire feels fine, feels normal. You can see the tip ends. Like I'm not doing the extra work to make it turn. Yeah, in fact, I'll show you. This is where the deer normally hang out. I'm guessing they're feeding them or something. I don't like to hang out at this house. But yeah, I mean, cornering, it feels the same. I'm not putting a lot of extra, not putting any extra pressure on the bars. I mean, it turns real easy. You see, no big deal. Yeah. This is where the deer like to hang out. There's usually a bunch of them. There's a few right there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. out on the freeway and see how it rides out there. There's Pike Peak. Beautiful. I'd like to run down the highway and you know how it goes. Alright, here we go. We'll make a couple turns to get on the highway. Don't get too excited. It's just the 103 twin cam. It doesn't go real fast on the highway. Tire ride's great. Yeah, no wobbles, got nothing. By the way, there's my tire pressure. I'm at 34.7 on the back, which I'll probably drop down after I break it in a little bit to around 30. I've been told that I can go down to even 28. It might get a little loud going down the highway. We'll see how it ends. Big sweeper and then on the highway. Haven't burst into flames or anything. There you go. Car tire just on the Check out this deer. This thing's got a... I'm not a hunter, but if I was, this thing would be probably a pretty good one to go after. Lots of deer here. Alright, here's how my Darkside tire makes U-turns. That's pretty good. Hey, look at him. He's pretty. Hey, buddy. Dang. Pretty nice. Only 55 degrees. I'm still out test riding Darkside tire. Kumo. That's great. Rated up to high speeds and runs great. Track's great, solid. Feels like motorcycle tire. Feel like much different. I'm also running double Darkside. I've got a rear tire on the front reversed. I don't know anything about that. Check that out. But I run a Bridgestone Battle Axe BT46 on the front. I usually get 30 to 33,000 miles out of a front tire. Again, a lot of two-up riding, moderately aggressive riding for a touring bike. I like to rip around the corners as much as anybody else. Tires have never been an issue. Keeping up with anybody, or I've had people that have trouble keeping up with me. Of course, I only go speed. Yeah. There you go. More footage from the Darkside, double Darkside tire setup. I see deer going across the road. Usually where there's one, there's several. Yeah, that's a pretty big guy. See how easy he jumped that fence? That's crazy. There's a lot of deer out this time of night, especially in this area. Definitely don't recommend running around full speed out here. You find a deer the hard way. I wanted to show you some curves on the Darkside setup. That's one of the criticisms is, well, you can't go around a corner. That's baloney. The corner's just the same. But keep in mind, this isn't a CBR 1000 or some cool sport bike. This is a touring bike. It doesn't lean that far. You grind all kinds of stuff. that deer around the front of the bike. I got hit on both sides, thrown up on one side and trapped on the other. It was really gross. Isn't this pretty though? I love living up here. Alright, see corners. Tip ends the same. I don't feel any hesitation to leaning. Wings the same. No problem. Get on the side of the tire. I don't feel an edge. Drive one-handed. Some people think go over the side of the edge, but I don't get over that side that far. That'd be a fun part to drive out here. The other side. Nice pavement and scenery. Beautiful area. There's a huge herd of elk out here. They're usually on the other side of the highway, but man, they're big. Bunch of them. Would not want to find an elk on the motorcycle. Yeah, here we go over a couple of S-curves, and while we're doing this, if you can hear me okay, I'll give you some last thoughts on Darkside. Some tires don't work well for Darkside. I tried a couple of tires. I didn't like them. They were squirmy feeling. They just never felt stable. The two that I found that worked real well is the Yokohama Avid and the this Kumo. This is my second Kumo. And the last one I had, I overinflated as far as last Kumo tire. It was like the second Darkside tire ran, and it didn't ride very well. So I run these between 30 and 35. I've got a pressure monitor. It's an aftermarket thing that I can see the tire pressure. So I know what I'm at. I check my tires often. So anyways, yeah, I don't notice any difference. I have 3 sets of rims. I'll have a motorcycle tire set. If I find some on a good price, and I'll get those mounted and put them on. I'll run those for a while, and I'll run these. Overall, I've put between the 3 Ultra Limiteds I've had, I've put about 80 or 90,000 miles on Darkside tires in the last 3 years. And I ride about 30 to 35,000 miles a year, and I like them for this application. Big touring Harley, it rides great. And my front tire being a Cadillac CT46, which it gets about 32,000 miles out of it, and I could probably even push them to closer than I could push them over 30. It's like there. I could push them over 35,000 if I wanted to. By then, I've already got my money out of a $100 and something tire. That's the other thing. These tires are very expensive. The Yokohama is less than 130, and the Kumo, I think I paid 110 for this one. Not very expensive, and they last a long time. Long range. The stopping power in the rain is awesome. That's one of the areas they overperform. A car tire, they stop. It's got a lot of beat on the ground, and also if I get stuck in the snow and ice and stuff, which happens out here, they ride great in bad weather. Now, I'm not ripping around these corners at 100 miles an hour because it's deer 30. There's a lot of deer out. There's a lot of corners on the Darkside tire setup. Corners just fine. Hold the corner, pin up. Second time. Deer. Little boy, I think. Here we go, the tip in